Welcome back right here to our next adventure. The next adventure takes us right here to the old back roads of Texas. It's more like Texas chainsaw country back here, but we're doing nothing about chainsaws. We've come to Aurora, Texas for a local legend. Back in 1897, a UFO crashed right here on this site. And we are going to go take a look.
Aurora, Texas, quiet little town in Wise County. This small town, though, is connected to a story that sounds like it's from a galaxy far, far away.
Well, in 1897, we had an event here. We had an alien crash site.
Near this site, dubbed Area 114, that's now a photo op landing zone for visitors, an unknown flying object and its pilot crashed into a windmill back in 1897, 50 years before the famed Roswell alien crash.
The townspeople heard a big crash, and several went to go investigate, and they found the wreckage and a material that they had never seen before, and they found a being in what they called not of this world.
Articles were written about it in the local papers. The pilot, who was not of this world, died from his injuries and was given a Christian burial in the town cemetery. The townspeople gave him the name Ned the Alien.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you've got tinfoil hats, you've got bracelets.
You know, watches, I've seen, keychains, I've seen electronics.
People visit Ned's grave often, leaving behind trinkets. Because of that Christian burial, the grave cannot be exhumed for official investigation. But that doesn't stop people from trying to solve the mystery.
They've brought in ground radar. They've looked at the gravesite. They've gone all over different parts of the cemetery, and they can confirm that there is something buried.
There may not be definite proof of Ned the Alien crashing and being buried in Aurora, but it's definitely a good story for business.
So I would say no less than 20 times a day we get to tell the story.
Sean Merchant and his business partner opened Smoking Windmill Barbecue about 2 years ago.
Our top selling specialty item that we run every day is UFO. It's a poblano pepper stuffed with brisket, cream cheese, and wrapped in bacon.
So the story of Ned the Alien lives on, loved by locals.
But we love the town. We love the history of the town with the alien.
An alien named Ned, putting Aurora on the map.
Now, it was right here on this land back in 1897, April 17th to be exact. And according to locals, a UFO crashed right here on a farm, right behind these little structures. Behind that farm, there was also a windmill. And that's what the UFO crashed into, and it claimed the life of a little tiny man. An alien, some of the locals called him. A Martian. Something from not of this world. Right here, this is the land where the farm used to be, along with the windmill. Now, reportedly, the wreckage from the crash site was dumped into a nearby well that was also located on this very property. Now, also, some of the wreckage also ended up with the alien in his grave, and we're going to head over there in just a little bit. But the well itself, it was later sealed with a concrete slab when the water from within became contaminated due to the wreckage that was dumped inside. Now, as far as this little guy right here, the pilot, well, obviously he did not survive that crash, and he was buried by a traveling pastor, went by the name of William Russell Tabor. And that's, like I said, that's over here at the nearby Aurora Cemetery, where we're gonna go take a look. Now, when you start talking about aliens, people are like, I don't really buy into it. Some people are all gung-ho about it. Me personally, I like to believe there's something up there. But there, of course, with this whole local legend going on, there was a hoax theory that went around, and it was based on a 1980 Time magazine interview with a local 86-year-old who lived here in Aurora at the time. Now, she claimed the entire story was fabricating, stating that it was a joke only to bring local interest to the town. Well, in 1988, a Dallas-based Fox station, they aired a lengthy report about the whole Aurora incident. The reporter interviewed locals, and in turn, they said something crashed in Aurora. Something did hit that windmill. However, the reporter was unable to find any type of conclusive evidence of any extraterrestrial life or any kind of technology. Again, I apologize right now for all the noise in the background. It's a major highway right behind us, so nothing we can do about it. But right next door to Area 114, we have this little stand. There's it's called Alien Margaritas, which unfortunately no longer is open. But right next door to that is a place called the Smokin' Windmill Barbecue. And let me go on record, Elizabeth and I did have lunch here a little bit ago and it was delicious. So if you're ever cruising through town, want to check out the Alien story, make sure you stop here for lunch and dinner. It's excellent. When you come up here into Area 114, here's a little closer look at the margarita store. That's no longer open, which is a shame. I read about it. They had all types of margarita-themed drinks, but alas, it's no longer open. And here's the whole deck. Like I said, they really embrace this here, which is, I think, is kind of cool. Now, what I forgot to mention, all the alien stuff about this town, this was also covered not only by the news, local news, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but it was also covered on a show called the UFO Files, UFO Hunters, and a show called Ancient Aliens on the History Channel. And I think this guy and this guy both approve. Check this out. On my way down back to the car, I got these little spaceships hanging up on the ceiling. We have the major one, the mothership more than likely, and it's 3 baby ships. Look at that. There's another one, there's 2, and here we go. There's 3. They're just hanging out, watching people eat some good barbecue. The Aurora Cemetery, like I said, it's maybe a half a mile away, but boy, how perfect is this? You got the creepy entryway, and then you have this creepy tree right there. That's great. Right here to the entryway, you have the a little plaque from the Texas Historical Commission. Tells you a little about the Aurora Cemetery. I'll read a little bit, but if you want to read the whole thing, you can always pause it, read it. But it's basically some of the oldest known graves are here, dating from as early as the 1860s, are those of the Randall and Rowlett families. But if you go down a little bit, second paragraph, it does say, located in Aurora Cemetery is the gravestone of the infant Nellie Burris. So it tells a little bit about Nellie Burris, but also couple sentences down, it says this site is also well known because of the legend that a spaceship crashed nearby in 1897 and the pilot, killed in the crash, was buried here. Now again, it says nothing of an alien, it just calls it a spaceship. But yeah, so we're going to go inside and see if we can find the alien pilot. Alright, so let's head on in, see if we can find this little pilot's grave. Now, there used to be a headstone from what I read online, but the headstone was damaged. It did have a little etching on it of a spacecraft, and you'll see it, I'll drop a picture in here. But yeah, that was damaged, and then it was stolen. So now all that marks the gravesite of the alien. He's by a tree, and it's a big boulder. And a lot of people come by here and they leave little trinkets on it. So that's basically how you can find it. And again, as you can see, Aurora Cemetery is not that big at all. Pretty small. We do a little 360 pan around. So all we have to do, find a tree, and you'll find the boulder. And right over here, we found it, right over here, like I said, right when you drive through the gates, you're gonna find this big tree. And right in front, you see that boulder? That's supposedly where Ned rests. Yep, the locals did, they give him a name, and his name is Ned. Like I said, this boulder's here because the original tombstone here for Ned the Alien, yeah, unfortunately was stolen. So a large rock marks the approximate location of the burial. And you can see all the little mementos and trinkets that people come here and leave old Ned. What do we got here? It's a pirate's life for me. Like Ned, his boulder was decorated for Christmas. We have some, looks like we got some garland over there. So yeah, people come out here all the time. From what I've read, leave all kinds of little trinkets, pay their respects to them. There's a candy cane over there. Lots of coins. We got a Kit Kat right there. A breath mint. I see a lemon head. Lots of candy. Lots of candy here. A little, somebody wrote rest in peace. And there's a key. Not sure what that's for, what it goes to. Another Kit Kat, a Jolly Rancher, some marbles. So yeah, all kinds of goodies. A straw right there. So yeah, all kinds of goodies here for Ned. Even some flowers on the other side. So here he rests. Ned the Alien crashed here in Aurora, Texas on April the 17th, 1897. Rest in peace, Ned. Well, not only is Ned the Alien buried here, but a couple stone throws away from Ned, we have the tiniest little tombstone. As you can see, that's Loretta. That's the world's talking bird from 1958 to 1963. It just says the world's talking bird, not the only talking bird. Loretta is the world's talking bird. Never know what you'll find here at the Aurora Cemetery. Rest in peace, Loretta. All right, folks, that about does it here from historic Aurora Cemetery. Hope you enjoyed the video of Ned and a little side trip to see Loretta the talking